Hello there, everyone in listening land. This is Cinemadness. I'm Adam, joined always by Allison.
Hello.
And Roman.
Let's just say God works too slow.
And tonight we are welcoming our friend and fellow hero, Drew.
Yes. I mean, I just want to go on the record as saying, yes, I work in the U.S. intelligence apparatus. No, I am not a spy. And no, I've never worked at Area 51. Wink.
Wow, we have our first apparatus on the show.
Yeah, not going to lie, I was expecting a different apparatus.
We always are. So today, if you haven't guessed, our main topic is going to be about the MCU. See, Allison's joined by her little friend there. And but first, Roman, what else do we have on the docket?
Well, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be covering two movies. Adam, you're covering a film that you saw, and the guy in the black shirt's going to be covering something, and Drew's going to be contributing with a trailer that he's very interested in, which we're going to go more into that. After that, we're going to take a snippet of a break, and then we'll play a game, and then we'll be going to the meat of our conversation. And the meat of our conversation, I believe...
He said meat.
I did. Meat of the conversation, which we're going to be talking about characters that we wish were involved in the MCU, and we're going to go more into that. But that's what we have on the docket today. Adam, back to you.
All right, so let's get right into these movie reviews. And since I've been thrown the lead, I'm going to do it first.
What?
It's right, because I am a selfish son of a bitch. Anyway, I finally got to see a movie I've been wanting to see for a while. It's H.P. Lovecraft's The Color Out of Space, starring the only Nicolas Cage. And boy, was he Nicolas Cage in this movie.
Okay.
It's actually a really good modern interpretation of the H.P. Lovecraft story, The Color Out of Space, which he wrote in the 1900s, 1910s. It's a story about a family that lives in a farmhouse out in northern Massachusetts, north of Arkham, which is H.P. Lovecraft's fake town where all the weird shit happens, kind of like Castle Rock with Stephen King in Maine.
Okay.
Or Sarasota.
That's right. And there's a celestial event that happens, and a meteor lands right on their land, and it emits this color. It's not a blob, it's not a fog, it's not anything tangible, it's just a color. And this color starts burying itself into the ground and getting into the water supply and getting into the vegetation, and it starts driving people mad and basically feeding on their sanity, which basically is what Lovecraft is known for, is stories about creatures feeding on your sanity. What's cool is it was shot really well, very, very high colored filters to really emphasize the color. And the color they used, interesting enough, was magenta, which after doing some research on it, I had no idea was not on the spectrum. It's actually a created color. And that's why they used it, because it's an unnatural color. And there we go. That's basically the story of it. It was well done. Oh, Roman, what you got going?
Oh, no. I was going to ask a couple questions. You left off on well done. Please continue.
The score was fantastic. It was done by the same guy who did the score for Hereditary. It kind of had that same, not slow, but atmospheric feel to it, even though it was super colorful. It was a very dark movie. Nicolas Cage was actually pretty good in it until about the second act, and then when he started going crazy, he started channeling his dead father, the character's dead father, not Nicolas Cage's dead father. And his dead father basically was a bad interpretation of Donald Trump. So if you want to see Nicolas Cage acting like a bad imitation of Donald Trump, then just fast forward halfway through this movie, and that's what you'll get. Really good gore effects, creature effects, and I had a good time. It was cool to see an indie film with such a high looking budget, and
Okay.
I'm excited for what comes next because the director announced that he's going to be turning these into a trilogy of Lovecraft stories, and it's finally nice to see that Lovecraft is getting an actual works of adaptations and not just like spiritual adaptations like in The Mouth of Madness or Reanimator or From Beyond. So
Okay. All right. A couple questions on that, Adam. First and foremost, do you give it a grade, or is it any grade, Adam?
yes, I give it an A-.
Okay, excellent. A couple questions real quick, and I'll just shoot them off, and then you can answer them on your own. Question number one, what platform was this? Question number two, for those of us who are not literarily inclined, H.P. Lovecraft, can you talk a little bit more for those who may be first time hearing that name? Perhaps talk about what other works are out there that maybe some of the layman's, if you will, are familiar with.
Okay.
And then three, real quick, do you think there's going to be any great memes coming out of this with Nick Cage? Because that's really what we're all about.
All right, question one is easy. I bought it digitally. It was an indie film that was only released digitally. I don't know if it's out on any other things. I would imagine it being on Amazon or Shudder if it does come out on anything.
Okay.
Two, H.P. Lovecraft was a horror writer in the 1900s, around 1900 or 1900 to around 1920, and he wrote mainly very pulpy novels and short stories about elder gods and creatures that he in his mind thought he saw, and instead of seeing a therapist about it, he made money and wrote all about it. And he basically inspired people like Stephen King and Dean Koontz and Clive Barker. If you like modern horror, it's because of H.P. Lovecraft, basically.
Okay.
He wrote the Call of Cthulhu, which is used all over the place. The name Cthulhu is used every place. He created the term the Necronomicon, which was an ancient book used in his stories that they use in the Evil Dead and that kind of stuff. You hear the term elder gods in movies and stories and comic books and stuff. That's H.P. Lovecraft. And number three, I don't think he was that crazy enough to get memes. Like it wasn't Mandy crazy. But the director did say that his favorite Nicolas Cage performance was Vampire Kiss. So there's kind of a level for you.
Yeah, that gives you an idea of.
So yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I'll watch it again and again because it just had a really colorful feel to it because everything was turning magenta, but at the same time, you were really kind of disturbed. So yeah, I'm sticking by the A-.
Okay, excellent. Allison, I know you haven't seen this film, but real quick, if you had to pick three Nicolas Cage films to save from a fire, okay, what three films would you choose? I'm curious.
That would be Raised in Arizona, Con Air, and
National Treasure.
Peggy. What'd you say?
National Treasure.
Oh no, either Peggy Sue Got Married or Leaving Las Vegas. Because Face Off is okay too, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. He was really good in Leaving Las Vegas.
The first Face Off was good, but the first National Treasure was a great film. The second one can roll over and fall off a cliff, but the first one was good.
That was okay. I call them wannabe Indiana Jones movies.
They were just adventure movies.
They were popcorn flicks. They were fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Roman, you have a movie, don't you?
Yes, yes. Speaking of New England setting, so I'm going to set a idea for you guys. What would you do, if you will, if you were a young female and your mother died in a small New England, Maine town, and it turns out you were going out for drinks, and suddenly the guy who was getting a little bit too handsy ended up dying by your hands. Would you run away? Would you tell your sister? What would you do? Now, before you answer the question, Adam, thank you. Answer is they'll make a movie out of it called Blow the Man Down. Adam, what were you going to say before I give my review? Go ahead.
I was going to say Blow the Man Down.
Okay, thank you very much. So you can find Blow the Man Down currently in the Amazon platform, is where my wife and I watch it. The movie itself is a slow burn. It's a thriller. It's advertised as a horror. The trailer kind of gives it that twisty horror feel. It's not, in my opinion. It has a strong female-dominated cast. But the story itself is something that you would kind of see on the B list, in my opinion, of Stephen King, where it's this New England town. There's conspiracy. How does the town react to the death of this person? There's some underlying stories about how the town reacted and how they're sustaining itself. And all in all, I think it was a solid film. It was a little bit too slow of a burn for me, but the acting kept me involved and interested. But I think itself, this was a better served as a Twilight Zone episode, or maybe even a prep for a series, perhaps, that you can find on CW or Freeform or something like that. But in terms of the movie, I thought it was a slow burn. I give it maybe a C, solid C for the acting. Drew, question, go right ahead.
Was Nicolas Cage in it?
Answer, not that I know of.
Oh.
He may have been a fish on the side that was flopping around going, bees. Maybe.
Some kind of
Get it? She
shark
just
or something?
could kill people with her hands? I don't understand.
Was it a young adult story?
It's a sister story. At the end of the day, I could tell you exactly what happened, but it's also kind of giving it away.
Were there vampires?
No vampires.
How can it be on the CW? I think everything has to have zombies or vampires if it's going to be on the CW.
Or superheroes.
Yes.
No, so it's like she's like an X-Men. She just touches people and...
Yeah,
she's a New England rogue.
Except she touches people with a spear. And, yeah.
Okay. Any known people?
You know me with actors.
I do. Never mind. I'll look it up myself.
The one with the eyes and the hair and the nose.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. You've
I
heard
love
of
her work.
Oh, man, she was excellent. No, there's a couple of actors that are in this film that you may recognize. One of the ladies who plays one of the heavy hitters from the show Americans is in it. I forget her name. She's been in a couple things. She's a great character actor. So all in all, I thought it was a solid film. It really does showcase the beauty of the New England states very well. Very, very pretty, very tranquil and peaceful. I dig it. But all in all, it wasn't enough for me to go, man, this is an awesome film.
So what do you rate it?
Again, C.
I missed that.
It's okay. It's all right. I don't pay attention to you either.
Another Angry Orchard, Adam.
I got lost in your eyes, Roman.
Which one? The first set or the second set? I got 4 eyes.
Ha!
Anyway, so that's what's going on. Allison, I believe that you're going to remain cool on today's episode, and we'll move over to Drew. Is that correct, or did you have any thoughts on any of our 2 reviews?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do a review next week. I didn't really, I watched a lot of TV, not movies.
Okay. I know we're Cinemadness, but real quick, just between you and I, what you watch?
I'm almost done with 5 seasons of Schitt's Creek in 1 week.
That's That's a good show. That's a solid show.
Yeah.
With or without a paddle?
What?
Are you up Schitt's Creek with or without a
And
paddle?
on that note,
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, Captain, go ahead and get me off this crazy thing.
Okay, well, I happened to recently see a review for a movie called In the Vastness of Night or In the Vastness of Dark, one of the two. I don't know a lot about it other than what I saw in the trailer, which is pretty good. The reviews were excellent for a low budget. It takes place in a small Nevada town in the 1950s, and it's basically the phone operator, the switchboard operator, which is a thing, kids, that used to exist before cell phone towers, and the local radio DJ. And they start getting reports at night about UFO sightings. And now everyone in the town, except for a few people, are at this big basketball game. So that allows them to keep the number of characters down and give them sort of an isolated feel, as if it's just a few of them going on with this. And it looked really, really interesting. And I was getting ready to watch it on Amazon. So if I'd known you were going to ask me to review something, I would have done that soon, you know. But thanks for putting me on the spot, Roman. Appreciate that.
No problem, Drew. I wish we would have set something up like, I don't know, a pre-setup, gave you a list of what we're actually going to be talking about. I wish we would have done that.
I know, right? That would have been great.
Yeah. Totally our bad. Anyways, so those are some great things.
Roman.
It's all right. I'm only saying this because I'm away from him, because something tells me Drew is like this big and I'm this big. So yeah, I'm not so
well, I'm
gutsy.
pretty big, but unless you're a pretty attractive female, it's not gonna. I mean, never mind.
I mean, he really is America's ass. So
Yeah, that is America. I am America's ass.
Well, that'll explain the crack problem. Anyways, let's continue on, shall we? But yeah, so thank you very much for sharing. Appreciate it. You can catch those in other great movies, and we'll be talking about more movies a little bit further on. But I think this is a great time to give Captain a break, just in case he wants to go to the 1940s and maybe relinquish his outfit, and then hand the shield to his awesome sidekick, Falcon. Yeah, great. But let's go ahead and take a break. What do you say, Adam?
Yeah, I got a magenta problem going on over here.
No kidding. You went full on Thanos.
magenta like the movie he reviewed.
Yeah, well, it's Roman. You gotta be slow with him.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will go find our favorite Balchinians on the break, and we'll reconvene. All right, and tune in to see. Yeah. Go ahead, stay with us to see what color Adam chooses. This is really, really exciting. It's going to be awesome. But we're going to be coming back with a game. All right, and we'll also be going to the meat of our conversation, which is what, Drew?
He said meat.
We'll be back.
Yes.
Secret Wars.
Marvel supervillains are coming!
Secret Wars.
Can the Marvel superheroes stop them? Marvel supervillains and superheroes figures, each sold separately. Here, Doctor Doom and the Doom Platoon, Magneto, Dr. Octopus. There, Captain America and the Champions of Freedom, Spider-Man and Wolverine. Secret Wars. The secret's out. Dr. Doom and Spider-Man, the Marvel Secret Wars collection. Other figures each sold separately. From Mattel.
It looks like that Captain America unfortunately had to go dance with Peggy Carter, but we have Drew back wearing a different hat.
Because she is so hot in that British accent, man.
All right, let's go ahead and awkwardly transition to the game. Yeah.
Oh, are we
I'm
playing
all
a game?
about awkward transitions.
All right, so today's game, what we're going to be doing is called Marvel Counter or Marvel Sync. Marvel Counter or Sync. And the game is rather simple. I'm going to mention a character, and you tell me if it's either the counter, which it actually was made in the MCU.
Yondu.
Yeah. or if it's in the sink, as in it hasn't been made yet. So how we're going to do this is, if I read the name out, you actually say your name, I'll call on you, and if you answer correctly, you get 1,000 points. The winner of the game...
Can I go, ooh, me?
Nope, no, that's the opposite of what you do. You just simply say your name. That's it, just say your name.
Can I say Adam's name?
You can, but that's not your name, is it?
That gives me the
Then you'd have to
steal.
call on Adam.
You're getting it.
I'm going to put my fake glasses back on. Look, I have glare.
The subject...
It makes it more interesting with glare.
The subject is potent potables. Potent potables. All you have to do... Yes. All right, let's have some fun. So, for example, let's give some samples. So, if I were to say Red Skull...
Counter.
Drew
would be called. Drew, what would your answer be?
Counter.
Very good. And if
Man,
I were to
you change
say...
the rules all the time. First it's we make noises. Then it's when I'm done. And now you have to say your name.
Sorry, Allison. I apologize. I'm just...
I got it.
Like with any relationship, if I played the same game over and over again, it wouldn't be fun. Okay? I got to throw something out there and make
Listen,
it interesting.
Roman, if you were Kevin Kiermaier, you'd be fine. Don't worry about it. She would just be like, whatever you want, big boy.
All right. Well, it's good to know that I'm not Kevin Kiermaier. Thank you, Drew. Anyway, so if I were to say the name Captain Britain, you would say?
Adam.
Allison.
What would be your answer?
I don't. Garbage disposal.
That's not cool. That's not cool.
You know what? I'll accept it. It's okay. So yes, Allison would be correct. That would be sink, and that would give her 1,000 points. Any questions before we begin? Great. Let's have some fun, and let's get started. Adam, are you ready? Excellent. Allison, are you ready?
I am.
Drew, excellent. Let's go. Let's have some fun.
He said my name, but he didn't ask me if I was ready, technically.
Don't care. No, I'm kidding. No, Drew, are you ready?
Okay.
Just solidifying my
Talk
choice.
me into it. What a hell of a salesman you are, Roman. You know that? You should be selling used Fiats.
You know what? Liquor and a light switch usually gets the job done. Just saying. A little bit of liquor and a light switch. Just saying. Just saying. Let's have some fun. All right. So question number 1. Now remember, is it on the counter or in the marble sink? Is it on the marble counter or in the sink? The name of the character is Howard the Duck.
Allison.
Allison.
Counter.
Very good. Way to go, Allison. That's correct. Howard the Duck has appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy Endgame and Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Of course, way to go, Allison. Good job. You got 1,000 points.
It should be in the sink, but it's on the counter.
You know, stop it. It's a good, wholesome character. Just saying. We covered it last week with Mike.
Wholesome, is it? I don't think Howard the Duck and wholesome go together.
Not
I'm
even
actually
close.
I loved the first one so much as a kid, which I know is like true Howard the Duck fans are like, that's not Howard the Duck. But to see a young Tim Robbins and a midget dressed as a duck running around in a flying like Zodiac, it's great shit right there.
You know what? I don't think there could be a better summary of the movie than just that. That was
I think
great.
that was on the back of the box, wasn't it?
Almost verbatim.
Easy.
That's some good shit right there. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go ahead and keep the good vibe going. Okay, question number 2. Miss Marvel or Kamala Khan?
Adam.
Adam.
Sink.
Very good, Adam. Way to go. She is currently not in the MCU. Now, let me just define what the MCU is. I know there's some people out there going, she's in the cartoon. Yeah, I get it. But she's not in the MCU of the cinematic version. So that's kind of what we're rolling with. I forgot to preface with that. Good job. Allison has 1,000. Allison has 1,000. And Drew, you are getting ready to rumble here. Way to go. All right. Now, the character's name is Luke Cage.
Allison.
Drew.
Allison. Sorry, Drew. Go
Sing.
ahead, Allison.
Sing.
Correct. Because even though he does have a actual television show that was in Netflix, unfortunately, he's not part of the cinematic universe. There you go. Allison is ahead 2,000 points.
It was such an awesome show, though. Like, I'm so sorry it's off the air. It was the coolest show. Any show that can get Method Man to show up, as you know, a superhero show that can get Method Man to show up, that show's all right with me.
Okay, so it's good to know if we ever produce a show, all we have to do is get Method Man on.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
Haley Atwell, who played Agent Carter.
Or Haley Atwell. Okay, let's go to our fourth question here. The character's name is Adam Warlock.
Oh,
Drew.
Adam.
Adam, go
I
ahead.
said my name first.
Technically on the counter.
All right, you're correct. On the counter. Sorry, Drew, I didn't hear you. I apologize.
Drew.
I apologize. That's my fault. I heard Adam. I apologize, Drew. But Adam Warlock is the correct answer. Way to go. He's technically on the counter, even though technically he wasn't appearing in any movies, but he's appeared technically multiple times and been mentioned multiple times in the Guardians of the Galaxy series. So we'll see if he ever makes an appearance. We'll see. Probably.
I feel so cheated.
Sorry, Drew. It's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready. All right. So question number 5. We got Adam with 2,000 points. We got Allison with 2,000 points, and Drew is contesting, already protesting with a big P, this game.
Like
All right.
Cinemadness P.
Hey, there you go. Yep. All right. So question number 5. The character, you can also argue, say that she's Night Nurse, but she's also known as Christine Palmer.
Adam.
Adam.
He's in the sink.
Get it, Drew. Get it.
Drew.
Drew.
She's on the counter.
All right. Yep. So how is she on the counter?
No, there's like 2 options.
Yeah, I'd like
was
to know that as well.
Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. Christine Palmer was the love interest in Doctor Strange. If you,
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
she's also one of the incarnations of Night Nurse. I did throw that in to try to be a little bit tricky. I apologize. Nothing wrong. Way to go, Drew. Way to be the vulture on this one. 1,000 points go to you.
Woohoo, wait. You're saying that's Rachel McAdams' character?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not speaking an English accent on this one, so Drew doesn't pay attention to her.
And it was Rosario Dawson in the Netflix seasons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I was expecting her to be Night Nurse. I was expecting that. I was honestly
They probably
expecting
would have
that.
gone there eventually, but
Yep.
Like in the Defenders, I was expecting that, but it never came to fruition. So good job. Way to go. All right, so this one is going to cause a little bit of controversy. We got 1,000 points going to Drew. We got 2K going to Allison and Adam. While the house, me, I have no points, meaning that you guys have the answer correctly
no
thus
one
far. Good
cares,
job.
Roman.
No
You're
problem.
not
No
going to get
problem.
any.
Yeah, it's a 1 or 2 answer.
You're never going to get anything, House, so.
It's all right. You're not the first woman to tell me I'm not going to get any. Just saying. Let's go ahead and move forward.
That's
All
where the
right.
liquor and the light switch come in.
Now you're getting it, Drew. Way to go. Way to
Right,
go.
you gotta lick her right in the light
That's
switch.
1,000 points.
All right. Okay, so the character's name, we know the character as Goose, but it's also known as Chewie in the comics.
Drew.
Drew, go for it.
Counter.
Very good. What movie?
Captain Marvel.
Yes, that's right. Nick Fury actually has an eye out for this character.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Way to go, Drew. Way to tie it up. So we got a 3-way tie.
I'm
that
coming for you,
that
Adam.
made Adam so mad in that movie.
Oh,
Oh, Nick Fury is now a joke, and that
No, not that. The fact.
the fact that they
cat.
renamed the cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
no comment. No comment.
I mean, of
No
all
comment.
of that movie, you know, should have recast the lead role. That was the biggest issue with it. Okay.
Okay. Well, hey, let's go ahead and go to question number 7. I actually made 9 questions because it's kind of a short game, if you will. So hang in there. All right. So we got the character's name is She-Hulk.
Adam.
Drew.
I heard Drew.
It is on the counter because we're not counting the movies. She's going to have a show on Disney Plus. No, in the sync because because Disney Plus. Yeah, that's what I'm dyslexic, by the way.
So wait, Drew, you come across as a kid that probably like in the A, B, or C answer, you wrote like the A to make it look like a B.
Yeah.
Am I right?
What I meant to say was we're not counting Disney Plus shows.
You're
Right.
correct. Good job. Good job.
Right.
Yeah, it's.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
correct. It's in the sync because technically she has not made an appearance in the MCU cinematic.
Right. No, yeah, you're right. I would just scratch off the A a little bit, so if it got counted, properly, then, but I would also be the guy that would go to the teacher and be like, look, see? And they would both be kind of faded.
That was a rough answer.
Oh yeah. Let's move on to question number 8. No comment. Allison's drinking, so that tells me everything we need to know. All right. Okay. Question
I
number
am Groot.
8. All right. Also known as Batroc, the Leaper, Batroc.
Adam.
Adam, go.
He's on the counter.
You're correct. What movie?
He was in Winter Soldier at the very beginning.
Very good. Winter Soldier at the very beginning. It's pronounced Batroc, right?
Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah.
It's French.
Yeah,
I know that guy. He's related to Chance the Rapper.
yeah, just about. We hold in our hands the last question here. It's really heated. Yes. Let's see what happens here. For all the marbles, I'm going to give it 20,000 points for this one if you get it right. There you go.
For all the marvels.
For all the marbles, the whole shebang, the whole enchilada. All right. The character's name is Namor.
Drew.
Drew.
Counter?
All right. Anybody from Deal? Adam.
Think he's never been involved.
Yeah.
Yet the original
I
Human
went
Torch
I was
was.
going for it.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you slide. So, Adam, you win. Congratulations. Yeah. Ha. You have won the official Cinemadness Marvel Counter or Sync. Way to go. You know what?
Smart.
So, Adam, something about you just shows me that, you took off the glasses. I was going to say, good-looking people wear glasses.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
That's why you took off the glasses.
There you go. All right. So, Drew, in tradition, I know you're a big fan of the show. In tradition, the winner gets a rant for 30 seconds. As tradition, what we do is we normally give it to the guest. So, would you please bless us with a rant for 30 seconds? And we'll say goodbye on that note, folks.
All right. Well, I would just like to say for America that we have not had enough mutant rights and that the Mutant Registration Act is an abomination. And for the Trump administration to put forth this Mutant Registration Act, it's something that I would just say is pretty typical of him and his cronies. So that's all I got to say.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and awkwardly move on to the subject today. So how about, Adam, why don't you get us sauces? Get us
What about sausage?
Yes.
The
indeed.
sausages! The sausages! By the way, Kids in the Hall is coming back. Just
Yay!
Yes, it is.
Yes, that's great. I'm crushing your head. Adam, why don't you crush my head with some knowledge and tell us a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today?
We are talking about well, I don't know.
Dildos.
What are we talking about?
Oh my God. So Drew is a fan of the show, and
I
although
don't know
he's
why.
although he's not a patron, he has been very excited to be on the show for
I
us.
feel like that's a backhanded compliment.
I'm good at those. And when we were, before quarantine and you didn't get to see our lovely faces, he wanted to be on. So we're like, okay. Finally, he broke us down and welcomed him on. And
Well, I don't get to see you guys in trivia anymore, so.
yes, no trivia. We have no lives anymore. And
It's sad that was our lives.
yeah. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about a movie? Do you want to talk about topics? So he chose this topic, and he wanted to discuss the MCU characters, the Marvel characters that are not part of the MCU. So,
All right, so
for that lovely choice.
We've made top 5 lists of characters that we want to see in the MCU.
Yes.
So I got a couple questions before we begin. So
Of course you
just hitting a baseline, if you will, can we define what exactly the MCU is and what does it mean to us as movie fans?
Well, that's easy. The Marvel Cinematic Universe are the movies that started with Iron Man and continued through the Avengers Endgame, and will restart the next phase. But basically all the films that have taken place that were done by Marvel. Now, that only counts the Marvel Spider-Man appearances in Far From Home and Homecoming. The other Spider-Man movies and Venom don't technically count, which is a shame because there's, they're really, really good. So I really enjoyed Tom Hardy as
Eddie Brock.
Venom.
It's Venom,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Well, thank you, Drew. I appreciate it. Allison, from your perspective, what do you like about the MCU? I know we touched about it on the
Not
episode.
much.
You and me both.
I have my top 5 list. I also have people that I would like to see them play those people.
okay. So she actually did,
Did homework.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
There's nothing wrong with the MCU. I just like DC better. I like the darkness more than MCU. MCU is very comical, which is fine. It's good for family movies. It's fine. I just, people like one or the other more. So that's all.
I beg to differ. Stargirl's very family friendly.
there's a little thing called Shazam that turned out pretty good.
Oh, you're right. It was a Marvel movie.
I am huge.
Shazam was DC.
I'm huge.
But it was a Marvel movie.
Yeah, because he was originally Captain Marvel. You're absolutely correct.
No, that's not even what I'm saying. It was a DC movie wrapped up in a Marvel film. It was like their way of trying to get the Marvel fans on their side and say, look, we can be funny and cheesy and family friendly too. That's what I meant by that.
Well, I mean, at least the MCU's been consistent in the way they've gone. The DC universe has no consistency on how they want to do their films. I loved where they were going with the Zack Snyder films, and unfortunately tragedy hit with Zack Snyder. I think we're all really super excited to see his cut of Justice League. I know I am. I'm sure Adam is. He's been calling for it for years. And Allison's super excited about it. I can tell by the look on her face.
We talked about it last week.
That's true.
We did.
All right. So after our brief Google search, if you will, we're back, and what we're going to jump right into. We're really
Yes, I've
excited.
had another costume change.
Yep. Yeah, you got more costume changes than RuPaul, which says a lot about you.
Well, this is actually my my hat, my unit hat. This is the unit I was with in Afghanistan. So.
Well, thank you for your service, and thank you for shoving your unit on the show. I appreciate it.
I love to shove my unit in your face, Roman. You know how it is.
I don't know how it is, Drew. I wasn't at that party. I keep on telling you that. Wrong.
Don't ask, don't tell, Roman. Don't ask, don't tell.
Drew, I think you got me confused with another guy who has curly hair and a beard. Hey, Adam, you want to go ahead and start us off?
What? Oh, okay. All right, so let's get into this. Let's get into our list of characters. I did 5. I hope everyone else did 5.
You only did 5? No.
What?
Let's have Allison go first.
No.
I really want to hear Allison's.
Fine. Then I can leave for the rest of the show?
Oh, Lord.
No, girl.
You did?
We're in this together. No.
It's all right. I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. So, just some background for the listeners. Adam and I were having a discussion on Facebook the other day about Captain Britain and how he should be in the MCU and how he hasn't been yet. He's in the sink, not on the counter. And so that's how this whole thing came about. So I felt it appropriate to go ahead and use Captain Britain as my first character. So Captain Britain's much like, Captain America, only instead of the stars and stripes, he has the Union Jack. I guess I have to explain that. The Union Jack is the blue field with the cross red lines that United Kingdom flag is. No? Okay. Anyway, so I actually decided to go youthful with this one, and I chose Matthew Lewis, who you may remember him. He was Neville Longbottom. He's actually ripped. He actually got jacked. And I know he can really act because he's also been on Ripper Street for the last few years, which is a great British television show. He had the worst mustache imaginable on that show, but the dude can act, and he's already in like superhero shape. I almost went with Luke Evans, Fast and the Furious, and Luke Evans, be first openly gay superhero, I guess, actor to play a superhero, I think. Do we have any other openly gay actors playing a superhero?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I decided to go with Matthew Lewis, but that would be cool if Luke Evans.
Ezra Miller.
Ah, yes. That's true. But is he still going to be the Flash after he got busted choking that chick?
I don't know.
All right, number 2.
Might be railed.
Yeah. Number 2, since now Disney owns everything and the Fox Marvel characters are being reincorporated in the MCU, I, of course, went with Wolverine, who's being recast. We don't know who it is, but I am a fan of Oscar Isaac, who, of course, played Poe Dameron, and I think he would be a great Wolverine.
He's jacked in the new Dune pictures.
Yes, great actor, love him. Ex Machina. Silver Surfer. Now, this is going to be a little on the nose, but I think Keanu Reeves would play a great Silver Surfer, since he already plays a surfer type. I mean, do I have to list off the roles he's played in? I think we'd be here all day. And number 4, Hit Monkey. Now, I don't know if you guys know Hit Monkey, but he was a macaque in Japan, and his family, his group took in a hitman, and he learned to mimic the hitman and became a hitman from that, and eventually ended up going up against Deadpool and Spider-Man and shot Deadpool with feet guns. He shot Deadpool with his feet. It's kind of like one up on John Wick. So he's a hairier John Wick.
I could see Hit Monkey being in like the Deadpool movies.
Yeah, and and for the actor, if you're doing like motion capture and facial expressions, because I don't think he really talks in the comics, but if you did, but also face capture, voice capture, Ken Watanabe, who was famously in Last Samurai and Inception, great actor.
Batman Begins.
Yes, I think that would be he would be perfect for that role. And lastly, one of my favorite characters of all time, Bishop from X-Men. And Winston Duke, if you don't know who he is, he's an incredible up-and-comer actor. He played M'Baku in Black Panther. He was in Us and Person of Interest.
I can see him perfectly as Bishop, yeah.
And he went to the Yale School of Acting, and ironically enough, with M'Baku Lapidu from Us and Black Panther. They both went to Yale together. So,
Okay.
Ita.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing.
I have a question.
shoot.
You want Keanu Reeves to play Silver Surfer, you said?
Yeah.
Isn't he in talks to play somebody else, though? Like,
Yep.
Oh, okay. Is that not a thing anymore?
No, that's actually on my list.
Oh,
Okay, I didn't know he was in talks to play anybody else, but he's technically not yet. So, I mean,
Yeah, talks really doesn't mean anything, but yeah.
no, yeah, not in that industry.
this
I've been
is
in
your
talks for
this
years.
is your list.
Well, he just finished his list.
No, it's your list. You can pick whoever you want to play whoever.
That's right. It's my list that I'll do what I want to. Do what I want to.
Okay. All right. Way to go with the yeah, it's my party and I'll do what I want to. I'll cry if I want to. Yeah, there you go. So
I will cry if I want to.
oh, please refrain from that, but I tell you what, who wants to go next on the list? I tell you what, Allison, do you want to go or I can go? Which one do you
Sure.
go?
I'll
Ladies
go.
first.
Who wants to go? Anybody but Adam.
Well, no, because because of your strength and your wits on your characters, I think it would be better for you to finish off.
Wow.
Right at the end where people can just
Would you like to stroke his ego a little more, Roman? I mean, Jesus.
I was actually going to have you two boys go last, but you went first, so there you
It's
go.
like an Adam suckfest in here. It's like, wow, can we get Adam off a little bit more? Jesus
Well,
Christ, Roman.
Drew, you're new to the show. He's the editor. So rule number 1, you suck off the editor verbally with compliments. Please edit that out. Probably not. Anyway, so Allison.
That's definitely not getting edited out if you know Adam.
No, it's not. Trust me. If you've listened to any of the outtakes, it's usually some stuff that I've ever said. So
Sunday.
Exactamundo. So Allison, what do you got?
Yes. Well, my top 5 is all X-Men characters because they are technically part of the MCU now, but like half of them haven't, well, more than half of them haven't been in any cool movies. So
Okay.
I know X-Men, and that's what I went with.
Fair enough.
Okay. Number 5. Wait, where are you going?
He was just showing his crotch. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, guys, when did we have Michael Chiklis join the show?
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben
very nice.
Grimm.
It's
Anyway.
what happened to the powder joke? I mean, come on.
Well, something tells me you're powder if you found a gem. Anyways, so Allison, talk to me about your X-Men. I'm really excited to hear about
Talk about your X-Men.
I'm sure you are. The majority of them are women because I'm a girl, so I did that. Number 5 is Dazzler. Now, Dazzler was in Dark Phoenix for 30 seconds. So she hasn't had enough in the movies. So I think that
wasn't even an MCU movie though, technically. So
well, yeah, you're right. So she's just a badass, and I like that she roller skates, and she's just cool. And I think it would be really cool to have her in MCU because, again, I go back to how like colorful MCU is. So they could do a lot of special effects with her and how she.
I almost put her on my list too, actually.
Say what?
I almost put her on my list too.
And I like her because her real name's Allison spelled. I would like Blake Lively to play her now that she's
Oh yeah, that would be
Lantern
awesome. Good choice.
And the reason I chose her is because, well, not only because I love her, but because she's tall. She's like 5'11", and Dazzler needs to be tall. So.
And she could go up against Deadpool.
Yeah, that would be good if they could like meet again in a movie.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
Aw. Very cute. Okay. Number 4, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound like I copied you, which clearly we didn't, but number 4 is Bishop. However, I chose, and I don't know why, I think he plays everybody good. I want an older Bishop, so I want Idris Elba to play him.
Oh no, he would be awesome as Bishop. Absolutely.
Idris Elba can play anybody. So
Yes.
He needs
He
another.
can have
He needs another
anybody.
comic movie in his name in his portfolio.
yeah.
I mean, if Chris Evans can play like 3 Marvel characters, then Idris Elba can certainly get away with it.
It's true.
Right.
And even though Bishop was in Days of Future Past, like really briefly, I think that they should bring him into like time travel stuff with Doctor Strange. That would be cool.
That would be that's a really great idea.
Thanks. Another one that you could put with Doctor Strange would be Blade.
I thought about going back to Blade 2, like great minds think alike.
So do a Blade.
Would you bring back Wesley Snipes though?
No. So they're already doing a Blade movie with Mahershala Ali, but I don't want a well-established Blade. I want like a beginning Blade, like a young Blade. I want him to be played by Michael Ealy. I don't know if you know him. He was in Too Fast, Too Furious and The Barbershop. He's got really blue eyes. He's gorgeous. And him to first learn, like, how to fight vampires and stuff, but he can go to the alternate universe with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That was tied with I thought I tied him with somebody. Oh, I tied him with Karma.
Okay.
So that was my number 3. Yes. Okay. I guess I had 2 guys on my list. My bad. Okay. Number 2 is M, and she's got like 10 names, right? And isn't her first name like Monet?
Oh, Monet, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I want her because she's super hot, and she knows she's super hot. She's really arrogant. She's a badass bitch, and she's really, really powerful. So I feel like she could go up against a lot of people.
Just like you.
Huh?
Just like you.
And I would like her to be played by my girl, Kristen Ritter, who is also Jessica Jones, because I could see her pulling that off because she's gorgeous. And then my number 1 is Rachel Summers. So, I mean, why not bring her into the alternate universe now? She can have a whole family together and hang out with Jean Grey and Scott. And, I want her to be played by Olivia Cooke, who was Artemis in Ready Player One, and she was also in Bates Motel. She was like the girl. I think if you cut her hair really short, I think she would be perfect for that role.
And it would work too because of I lost it. Never mind. Oh, because of the New Mutants coming out. You have Magic. Right. You have Magic, who is the Queen of Limbo. She could bring Rachel Summers in. That's where they met each other.
Yeah. Honorable mention. Well, yeah, I guess I'll go back to Karma. She was kind of my honorable mention just because I wasn't sure. There's like a bug. I wasn't sure if she was going to be in New Mutants. I don't think she is, but she might. I don't know. I haven't really looked into like all the characters, but I don't understand why they didn't bring her into anything because she's created by Frank Miller. And if anybody can put a comic book character to life, it would be Frank Miller. So I don't understand why they've never brought her into a movie before.
Okay.
That's my list.
Darn good list.
That's my excellent list.
My list is going to be very bad compared to you guys because I didn't think of actors to play them. I just put in some characters that I have always enjoyed.
Well, you would have gotten the characters' names or the actors' names wrong anyway. So,
pretty much.
That's all right. We can fill in for you, Roman. We can spitball.
We can make our guesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So going down the list, number 5 is a personal favorite of mine, Squirrel Girl. Girl.
Yeah.
Anna Kendrick.
Very famously, what's her name from the, I can't think of her name, who does the commercial, the AT&T commercial. She did the voice on the cartoons, and she's so hot. What the hell is her name?
Bye, Roman.
I'm scared Roman.
Bye.
It is
You're talking about
Melania von Traub, who Yeah, who does the AT&T commercials.
Yeah, the AT&T girl.
Yeah, she was also in the story or Us. No, This Is Us. She was in. She played Sloane for a couple of episodes in season 1, I think.
Yeah.
When you guys were talking actors, and I was looking through my list trying to spitball who I think would be great. There's a young lady from Liza on Demand on YouTube who plays Liza. She is known for YouTube videos. She's very spunky, fun. Centric. She can also do some acting, and she really has that fury that I think would the main actress who plays Liza, whose name eludes me at this current juncture, but I feel that she would be awesome, and I'm a huge advocate of anytime you can bring in a character of color, that would be great, personally, but that's just my 2 cents. Number 4 on my list, Gambit. Gambit, I know there's some talk early on. Yeah, I love Gambit.
I mean, that whole project was just riddled with problems from the beginning.
Yeah, I know there was Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum.
He was tied with it for a long time.
Pam Tatum.
Yeah. Tampa Boy. Yeah. Channing Tatum. I wanted Channing all over your Tatum. Yes, absolutely. I know that he was in talks for a long time, but I've always loved that character. I always loved the love story between he and Rogue. I always thought that was a great storyline. And you know what? I really hope that someday he gets the treatment that he deserves because he's fun. He's a good anti-hero. He's debonair. He's a lot of he has a lot of depth that I think can really open up some storyboards. Number three, because we've been teased on this one. We've been kind of been in the friend zone on this character, Adam Warlock. I am waiting for that. You're teasing me. You keep on making me think that there's a chance. I know I'm right there, but we're in the friend zone on this one, and I want to break that wall and go beyond the friend zone and really capture all our potential. Adam Warlock. In terms of actors, I know there's been some talks of guys who are going to portray him, but we'll see. I think they kind of gave the Adam Warlock character to, Alison Brie personally, but that's just me.
Wait, like who? Who are they wanting to play him?
No.
You mean Brie Larson?
No. As in, they basically gave what he was going to be in movie to Brie Larson.
Yeah, I got that. But you said that they were throwing names around for who would play.
I don't recall, unfortunately. I would embarrass myself with the names that I thought, to be frank with you. So I'm just kind of tiptoeing around.
I don't know who that is. So while you're talking, I'll look him up and I'll get you a character.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'll go to number 2. Number 2 is the greatness of Namor. And I personally like this character. I know basically with Aquaman showing up, it probably derailed any potential chance for a little bit of a Namor.
DC.
Yeah. Wait, Namor? He's not DC. He's
no,
Marvel.
Aquaman is DC.
Yeah, I know, but with that type of character already coming out, that may have potentially derailed any potential chance of him showing up in the MCU.
When have they ever not copied each other? Let's be honest.
That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time, to be frank with you, in my opinion.
Yeah. I can see what you're saying, though. The actual market for a movie in the same genre, especially because Jason Momoa knocked it out of the park so well as Aquaman, would make it hard for a character like that to sell a movie to the general public. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's precisely what I'm saying. Yes. Excellent. In terms of characters that could portray him, just spitballing, I'm trying to think you know what? The guy that stands out to me, he was in Predators. He played the samurai. He would be awesome. He has that look. He has the intensity, but he's probably a little bit old now. I can't think of his name. He played the samurai who took on the Predator in the 2009 movie Predators. I think he would be awesome.
Oh, he was in Last Samurai too, was he not?
That's a lot of samurai.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought he was in The Last Samurai as a samurai.
Something
Whatever.
else.
All right.
So number
Ooh,
one.
I got you an actor. For Warlock.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you two. One,
Okay.
if we want to go younger, we can do Liam Hemsworth, and you can bring both the Hemsworth brothers together. That
would be cool.
Two.
Then Allison could drool.
Skarsgård.
Alexander. I could see Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah, he would be good. I can see that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Allison. I appreciate it. So finally, Daredevil the movie. Let's bring it back. Let's dust this thing off. Let's give it another shot. I definitely think we touched on it early on at the beginning of the show. The MCU's depiction of him in the series was so awesome. They opened up so many awesome depths to that character, and it was so well done. I really was hungry for a cinematic version of the story, and I think that it could go down very well.
Charlie Cox was really good. I'm a big fan of Cox, and I really would like to see more Cox on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But no, they did it so well. He and the Luke Cage shows were so good. I'm really kind of annoyed that Disney Plus didn't continue those when the Netflix shows went off the air. It was such a shame.
Well, two things. Number one, my personal idea for a Daredevil, Michael B. Jordan, I think would be excellent.
Yeah, no, he would be. Yeah.
No,
not a big fan.
He belongs in Black Panther.
Anyway, so real quick before we get into your list, Adam, Drew, because of your last comment, were you a big fan of The Watchmen in 3D, getting to see Dr. Manhattan in all his glory, because you love Cox?
I did, in fact, enjoy Watchmen.
Did you see it in IMAX in all its glory?
Yeah, in fact, all the glory hole. Absolutely.
Well, it's good to know what you're doing in rest stops. But hey, Adam, why don't you go ahead and give us your top 5, if you don't mind.
All right.
5.
Number 5. Actually, my number 5 is Drew's number 5 is Captain Britain. But I want the actual Captain Britain, the one that's not Union Jack as he described. I want the Captain Britain that's been powered by the power of Merlin and the Arthurian legend. Also, I want a big-ass bearded Captain Britain played by Michael Fassbender.
Ooh, that'd be a good choice. I like that.
Allison would like that choice.
My number 4 character created in the early 90s by Marvel was Darkhawk.
Okay.
Now that we're getting into the cosmic universe, a lot of the space stuff, one thing we're missing is the fraternity of the Talons, and that starts with Darkhawk, and I think he's played by Robbie Amell from Upload.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, he's the little brother to the Green Arrow.
Green Arrow.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. She's a really cool character, brought on by the Terra Genesis. It's really hard to do since the Inhumans series / movie failed so bad, but they don't have to necessarily make her an Inhuman. She could just be born with the powers, kind of mutant-like, if they want to keep that. She's a really cool character, really good for the young Marvel. It was a toss-up between her and Ironheart, the teenage black girl who basically retrofitted Tony Stark's armor. Since we don't have a Tony Stark anymore,
what's her name? It's a funny name, right?
Riri
right.
Williams. It's so hard to say.
Riri.
So yeah, I think Kamala Khan needs to be in the MCU.
Yeah,
it's time. My number 2 is Rogue. Now that we have Carol Danvers, we can have an actual real Rogue origin story. If you don't know the story, but Rogue got her. Well, she's a mutant, so she had her powers. But the way that she had super strength and flight and all that. That was because she stole Carol Danvers' powers, and it never left her system. Back when she was a villain for the Avengers, and it can all. I'm sorry.
Who is going to play her?
I don't have anybody.
Page.
What?
Not Ellen Page.
Okay.
No, I don't like her as Rogue. Sorry, Anna Paquin.
I was gonna say Ellen Page.
Ellen Page is Kitty Pryde.
No, I don't want Anna Paquin. I don't like Anna Paquin at all.
She's the reason why I couldn't stand Rogue in all the movies. Like, I thought it was a horrible portrayal.
Well, it was just a bad representation of Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's no Southern accent at all.
A little bit. I mean, it's much Southern as you can get for being an Australian.
Right.
And my number one.
Keith Urban.
My number one is basically my favorite Marvel character, and that's Moon Knight. And that is being in talks by Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
And with his fighting skills and his really
badassery.
Yeah, just his good acting. I mean, he's got 7 different personalities in his brain going off at one time, and he could play them all. So I really think it's time for Keanu to put on the white and kick some ass.
Okay. All right. So yeah, those were some fun lists. You out there in listening land, we would love to hear your lists in the comments below. Please feel free to enter any honorable mentions that maybe we missed out on, or make fun of us if we're completely off base on our choices. Feel free. Real quick, one thing that I wanted to make mention, I would love to see a Great Lake Adventures movie.
Avengers, yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if somehow they incorporated that with Deadpool, because he was kind of on that same vein of the lampooning of the Avengers. The Great Lake Avengers, I think, would be very good. But that's really all we got for today. Allison, where can we be found in the social medias?
We can be found on Facebook as Cinemadness Podcast. We're on Instagram, Cinemadness Podcast. We're on Twitter, Cinemadness P. And I know I've been saying this, I know I've been saying this like the last 2-3 weeks that the website is going to be out soon, but it is ready. So I promise you it will be out this coming weekend.
That's right.
Excellent.
And that web address is cinemadnesspodcast.com.
Yes.
Ooh. All right. Drew, do you have any social medias, anything that we can follow you on, or just kind of see you in trivia night?
Yes, you can follow me at blowthemandown.com.
Okay. All right. I am also not ever going to look that up.
Yeah, we do not support that website. Or maybe we do.
What, I was supporting your movie, Ronan.
Well, Ronan is happy. Roman doesn't care. All right. On that charming note, thank you so very much, Drew, number one, for your service to our country. We appreciate it. Also for all you do in supporting us. If you guys ever follow us on Facebook, Drew is always on there giving us good feedback, and we greatly appreciate it. It's fans like Drew that we do this every day. So thank you so very much, honestly. It's been a pleasure enjoying. We'll love to have you back on someday. Drew?
Don't lie to me.
Oh no.
Roman doesn't lie.
Much.
It's Adam's job.
Yes.
Drew, I'm not saying half the things I'm thinking, so you're good. You're good. No, but sincerely, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Adam, this is your guest, your friend. So please go ahead and take it off and send us out. And you both.
Well, quickly, before we do that, we have some questions for Drew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
I am not prepared at all. Ready?
I don't have them.
I have them.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Rattle
Drew.
them off really quick.
We have to do these questions. Where did my questions go? Does anybody remember that? Oh, I got them. Okay. Drew, what is your favorite sex scene in a movie?
Oh man. Brokeback Mountain.
Okay. If you could be any film character, who would it be?
Oh, John Wick.
What is one item that is a no-no for you to bring in the movie theater?
God, cell phone.
Okay. What is the song that you like to jam out to?
Barbie World.
Do you have a most memorable put down, meaning a put down that somebody did to you that was just asinine and funny?
Oh, I know you did not shoot that green shit at me.
And last but not least, the most popular is, what is your favorite sandwich?
Oh, man. Tuna fish. Definitely tuna fish.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
The more you know.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I concur with Roman. Thank you so much for being on. And like he said, you are always commenting and you've always supported us. And I really appreciate that. And
I love you guys.
Oh, we love you too. And if anybody else wants to come on and topic, look how easy this was. See?
Yeah, you
And
have to
Drew-
either be active or pay us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Drew, for the record, I love you with a restraining order.
Yes. Oh, all right. I'm just going to have to deal with that. My love is unrequited.
All right, well, thank you very much. Drew, go ahead and send us off. You got the floor, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I would just love to say Cinemadness is one of the most unique shows, and it definitely fills a void in my life. So with that, I'd like to say good night and good luck.
Good night.